Hello and welcome back to another video. We are in the dark void of Arch again, and you may be wondering what the heck we're doing. If you read the title, seen the thumbnail, you know that I'll be showing you how I configure my system. Basically, I want to show you my KDE system, how I usually configure it, and it's a really simple process. Like it may look like a lot, but it actually isn't. And for KDE, it's like a really simple thing to do, and customization is like the forte of KDE. So that's something. Now, the first thing that I want to do is install KDE with Arch install. Now, you may be like some of you may already be closing out of the video, but hold on, let me give you a reasoning for it. The thing with KDE is that it actually really doesn't matter that much how you install it. And in most cases, like I said, like I do use VMs most of the time, as I do need DaVinci or which works great on Windows, so I have to use Windows. And like I said, there is a whole lot of argument that you can make, but one argument you can't make is you're watching this video and you are not subscribed. Subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video if you do find this helpful, or maybe you get inspired. Now, as for the installation, like I said, I won't go through this over and over again, but I will give you a bit of a context on how this video came to be. Not how this video came to be, I mean like how I will go through this. So basically, I'll give you a quick overview, not overview, I'll give you a pretty decent understanding of like how this setup go. And it is not that like complicated. I do tend to keep things simple, like even for myself. So for VMs and stuff, like I don't know why I can't get myself to make a GitHub repo or something to save the config so I can just reuse it over and over again. But for me, there is a bit of, I don't know how to explain it, like peace that is like, yeah, I like to configure it over and over again. Oh, they added a lot of things here. Anyway, there you go. As you can see, we're going with KDE Plasma, and the rest of the things I do like to keep it simple. And you can check out my video on how to install KDE Plasma in case you do want to go the manual route. And like I said, it really, like for this at least it doesn't matter, but I do always recommend you get like install it with the manual installation, because that just makes things whole lot, but like it gives you more control over it. And then in this Linux section, I would say if you are someone who is willing, like who wants to install Arch Linux for a very long time, and you just want it to be as stable as possible, I would say just get Linux LTS. It just is like, for the amount of time I have been using it, it is really stable. So I would say just get this. For now, I won't get it because it's extra download time and I don't have that much time. But as for additional packages, I don't think I would need that much. Yeah, I'll just go with Firefox just so we have a browser. And that should be it. If I need something else, I'll just get it separately. And time zone for this, like I said before, you can select the time zone. I won't go through this, as like I said, this is just to show you how I set up my desktop environment, not how I install my system. So let's give it install. It will be installed. Now, while this is running, like I said, I have been talking for a while. But for KDE, I would say it's like one of those desktop environment that just gives you a lot of customization. Yeah, it is a bit on the heavier side, but for the amount of stuff you get with KDE, I would say it's well worth it if you have the system. And if you want a full desktop environment with like all the bells and whistles and everything included, if you want something like that, I would say this is a really great option. So after this gets installed, I'll get back to you and show you how the installation process goes. So we are here and the installation process is done. Now we just reboot the system. The thing is, it actually failed once. So I just didn't install any audio for this system. So if you do have any issue like that where it doesn't install, just check for what is not installing. So for me, it was jack and I think a pipewire jack. So it was conflicting with each other, and yeah, okay, so at this stage, I actually have to kind of get out of this VM and basically unplug the ISO. Wait, hold up. Okay, wait a minute. Settings, we go here. I'll just set it to none, hit apply, and then what I can do is just turn it off and then restart it, and it should boot into the system very well. There you go. So now we just boot into the Archinac, and it should boot into KDE off the bat. Right off the bat. Okay, so we'll just wait for this to boot up. There we go. It is booted up. And if I just type in this, so there you go. We are in here. Now, I'll just take you through how I set up my system. The first thing, obviously, that we set up our display, configure everything. So let me just set this to 1920 at 1080, hit apply, and we'll just skip it. And that's the first part. Get this to work. Now, what do we do next? I just go here, type in global theme. Now, for some people, it may be really underwhelming, but here's the basic config that I go for. So I'll just go to get new. And in here, there's a few things that I like to get. First is Lion. So this one right here, basically. So I can just go through here and show you what I want. So there you go, Lion. This is the one that I like to get first, because this has the tele icon packs, and I like the overall look of this. So there you go. It will be installed. Let's give it a moment. Okay, so it asks for our password. So there you go. It is done. And now we go back. Now this is one of them. Then what I like to get is, sometimes I do like to get the nothing, because it gives a few like color things that I absolutely love. But for now, I won't go there. Where is it? This one right here, Orchids. We'll go with Orchids. I forgot which one this. I think it's this one. Anyway, now why Lion? What does it actually entail? So why Lion exactly? So if I just select this, now that is getting installed. After that is installed, I'll, like I said, going to step by step go through this. So as you can see, it will say will be applied as a global theme. Now, usually what I like to do is select this as well. It is not recommended for KDE, mostly because sometimes it just breaks the whole system. But recent times, I didn't have any issues. But like I said, use it at your own risk. So I'll just hit apply. And what it does, it just gives me this nice bar up top. So I think they did change it a bit. I don't know why this looks like this. Oh, okay. Something is messed up. So I'll just apply. Okay, I think, I just have to relog and it should be good. So I'll just, like, this is what I meant. Like, sometimes things might break. But usually, if it does break, you can do this and it should fix itself. Oh, there you go. As you can see, it does fix itself. As you can see, we have a really nice bar. Now, if you're having the issue where the transparency seems a bit odd to you, or it just seems transparent and no blur on it, you can actually just go to window manager. Yeah, there you go, window manager. And oh, my bad. Desktop effect. It's called desktop effects. There you go, this one right here, desktop effects. And in here, you'll find the option that says blur. Just click on this, hit apply, and it should by default apply blur to any transparent window. So as you can see now, it's a bit more blurred. It looks a bit nicer. So that's that. Now, as for the bar itself, I don't usually add too much to it. I just go to like right click on this and then add manage widget. In here, I like to add the clock, but not in the sense where I keep the whole thing. First, I'll just add it right here. And then I just add a spacer. So panel spacer right here, I'll just do it there, and it just kind of centers it, which is really nice. And usually that's about what I do. But in here, you may be saying, okay, the time for me with the date, it looks kind of odd to me. So what I do is kind of just don't like show the date. So yeah, it just shows the time, which kind of looks nice. So I'll just hit okay, and then that's about it. And like I said, in this menu, you can play around with it. You can actually have like really nice effects and stuff. So really nice transitions. Yeah, there's a lot that you can do here. You can see task manager, window behavior, a lot. But you can also get new stuff. Anyway, that's not the point. But other than that, there is not much that I do add here. But the reason why I got like the Orchids theme, let me just go to global theme, is this one has a really nice layout. So let me see if it gives me that layout. Yeah, as you can see, the bar looks really nice. And this has this, I don't know, color picker thing. And there is this search thing. So it looks really nice. And like I said, it kind of breaks the whole thing. And if it does break, you can actually just go here, log out and then log back in, and it should be fine. See, there you go. Now we have a really nice bar. And there are a lot of things that you also can do. So if I just go to the global themes, oh my god, it kind of sometimes just kind of messes things up. Let me just go to some other menu, go back, and then there you go. In here, you can see there's something called splash screen. So what is this splash screen? It's basically when you boot into the system, or basically log in, this is what shows up. And you can select in one of these, or you can also get something else. Now, usually I don't change this. I usually keep the lion one. But I also sometimes use this Kuroda cat. It's really fun one. Now there's like a bunch of ones here, which you can also get. But I do like this one. Like usually I do get it, but this is kind of giving you an overview of like what you can do with this. So if I just select this, hit apply, and that will be it. So then as for the cursor, there is a lot of options, but the cursor that I really love to use is, well, again, get new. And I like to use the Bibata cursor. I think that's what it's called. So I think if I scroll down, yeah, this one right here, Bibata Modern Ice. Now, by default, the default Bibata is, I think, a darker version of this. So yeah, but I like the ice version because it's white and it looks pretty nice. And then in here, I can get this, I think, as Windows or I'll get the bigger one. But I just forget which package it is. But overall, I think you're following along. And it is pretty easy so far. So now after we get that, oh my god, what the heck did I think I double clicked. I'll close this. Where is the cursor? Bibata. Did it get installed? I think I did make a mistake. I think it will be the last one. But anyway, that's fine. In case you do make a mistake, you can actually just... what did it do? What do you use? Oh, yeah, like I said, you can just uninstall it, hit install again. And I think, yeah, I can get this and it should work. For KDE, it's like pretty easy to switch. And there you go. It just works. Oh my god. This double click thing is really annoying. Anyway, we've done this. Now, this doesn't look really nice. Like I said, for Orches, I do like the overall theme. But when I go to the global theme, I usually just switch it back to Lion, like keeping the whole thing and then just switching it to Lion because the color scheme of Lion is pretty, like, it's a bit softer overall, like instead of being really dark. So that's great. And I think I will change take the clock from there. Yeah, I'll take this and I'll put it here. I'll put another panel spacer. And there you go. I like the clock to be there. Now, and then we have the application style. Now this, how the application itself will look. I think this is for GTK. So if we do go here, you see it says Breeze, you have Emacs and stuff, but you can actually install a few. And for this, in case if you are confused on what you can get, you can see this Nordic, Orches. Well, I'll get Orches as like I said, and we can also get Lion. You know what? I'll get Lion just to keep it consistent. I'll get Lion Dark, and this is like I said, this is the GTK theme. It's not the Qt theme. Just keep that in mind. This is for GTK applications. So to compare, let me see. Do I have a terminal? There you go. We have a terminal. If I do sudo pacman-s and then KDE, Firefox. So Firefox is a GTK application. Like it's not, I would say it's not a GTK application. Like it by default, it uses the GTK theme. I think you can change it. I don't remember very well if you can change it. There you go. It is installed. So now if I do... also, a quick fun fact. If you do alt space in KDE, you can get this. This is, I think, called Yukake. So it's basically kind of like an app launcher. So you can type in Firefox and it will open that from there. So you don't have to go here all the time. But you can see this is what it looks right now. And if I just change it to Lion Dark and hit apply, you can see it kind of changes the overall look of this. I don't know why it got sharper, but sure. Let's do preview. And I think there is an option where you can change this to use the system one. So let me see. Automatic. I don't know where it is, or I don't think does this have it? It's a bit weird. Extension and theme. So if I go to theme, okay. So as you can see, it is using system themes. So yeah, it is using the GTK theme. But the weird thing is, why does it look like this? That's a weird thing. Anyway, I usually don't like go through like fret over this too much. You can see like we can change it pretty easily. And if you don't like something, you can actually change it. But this is what I like. In the plasma settings, you can see there's dark. So what does this do? This is the basically the color right here. So what type of color will the applications and stuff have? Like the overall system, like what color will the system have? But like I said, you can also do like orchid dark in case you like the darker look of this. You can go through it, but I do like the transparency of this in the Lion theme. So as you can see, if I do this, there is a bit of transparency. Yeah, and there's like this can be set and done all sorts of things. You know what? For this, I'll go darker. Why not? And go window decoration. So this is this top part right here. Now there is a bunch of options right here, but in case you don't like any of them, usually I do keep the lane one. Like I said, I do like it a lot. You can get everything. You can download other options which you might like. So like I said, nothing is a really nice candidate. You can see this utterly round, so it just makes everything round. There's like opals and stuff. There's a lot. Yes, there's a lot in here, but I usually like to keep the lion one. It's just simple, really nice. As for icons, you can see this is Stella. This is not what I use. I use the circle one. I just like it more. The circular one, the apps kind of look really nice. And I'll go over like why this matters. So you can see in the login screen, there's a lion one. And for some reason, I can't get this lion one to work. It kind of messes things up, but I do know that Orchard's one does work. So if I just change this, it should work. So there you go. I think it got selected. I'll go to Kuro. Usually I do use this. Now, what else do I do? If you do remember my system, I think the next thing I do is get a little bar right here. Like in the bottom, I get a little bar. We can go to enter edit mode. I'll just delete this. And then I get a new panel. So add panel, we go default panel. Now, once you get this panel, this is what we do. So show configuration, it will be on the bottom, centered, this is red, fill with, just do fit content, and then I just remove everything. Yep, just remove everything. Now what happens is that when I can remove this, usually because there's too many messages in here, yeah, as you can see, it has removed. So that's something I figured out like accidentally. So there we go. I don't need this. So what this will do is just basically an app trick. So now you can just size it up a bit. So this is why I like the circular icons. It just makes the whole thing feel more consistent. And this one where it says always visible, I just like to do dodge windows. So this allows if I just close this, and once I do this, you can see that once I open this, let's say I open Firefox. So once it overlaps with the window, it will pop down, but once it is not, it will just pop up. Now you may think it disappears. No, you can just go take your mouse there and it will just pop up again. So it just depends on what you like, what I usually am doing. But then I have this console right here, and we're almost at the end. Like this is all I do usually on this system. I don't usually configure too much. The first thing I do get, let me just make this a bit bigger. I just install ZSH and Starship. Now, Starship is something that I have been using recently. It's not something that I have been using for a very long time, but I do like it a lot. As it just makes a lot of things a lot easier for me. So yeah, and with the ZSH, I can do my ZSH, and I just use this to. So there we go. I can do this, and it just installs ZSH. Oh, I don't have git install. Wow. And that's it. I'll just git and base level. Yeah, these are two packages that is like an absolute must when we're doing the systems. I forgot about I don't know why I forgot about those two. But why am I using such a small terminal? I don't know why, but I am. Then it says we want to set ZSH as a default terminal. Yes, we do want to set it as a default terminal. Now you can see it will give you this type of menu right here. Now, we're not done yet. We can do sudo pacman. Remember how I installed a ZSH? So I can do pacman sh. I need new vim. I forgot about this. I need a bit of a text editor. So someone recently commented it's really confusing when I say use nvim and get to whatever you want. But the ones that you do want to use as a terminal text editor, if you're an absolute beginner, I would recommend going with Nano. It's a really small, lightweight text editor, and it's really easy to use. And as for NeoVim, if you're a bit more advanced, if you do know how to use Vim or just know your way around it, I would say just use that. Like I said, depends on what you want. So I'll show you with Nano, since I do get, some people do get confused. So then what do you want to edit with it? So you can do nano tilde slash, in case you don't know what tilde is, it's basically your home directory. This symbol, this symbol is like under escape key, like this means your home directory. So we'll do nano dot zshrc. So as you can see, if you just hit tab, it just shows a bit of some stuff in it. So if I hit enter, as you can see, this is a huge file. Now, the thing with Nano is it doesn't have syntax highlighting and stuff, so it's a bit confusing to find stuff. That's why I do like to use NeoVim, where it's a bit more easier to find stuff. But we have find, so we can do, for now, we don't have to find anything, so we just have to go down. And at the bottom of the file, now since we did install Oh My ZSH, this is a lot in here. Usually I do like to keep it as is, just in case I need reference to something else that I want to do. So in here, let's just say, so in here, if I go to Starship, I still haven't memorized the command. So like I said, I have been using it for like very recently. It's not really old. So if I do get started, I just need two things. First is scroll down here. You can see there's ZSH. I just have to copy this and put it at the bottom of this file. Now to paste stuff in here, you can do Control-Shift-V. It will paste it in here. To save it, you do Control-S. To get out of it, you do Control-X. Sorry, Control-X. There we go. Now get this command again. You can use the arrow keys to get before commands. So up arrow will get you to the previous command. Now change this to source. And that should update your ZSH, and you should see a bit of a different type of terminal. Now this is using Starship now. So in Starship, usually I do use like the presets. Now recently I have been using the Catpuccin one, which I'm like really liking it a lot, but you can see there's a lot of presets and stuff which you can config. So in here, I'll just go down a bit. And this is the one that I usually use for like KDE. And I will change this to Lion because it's just a bit too dark for me. And just click on here, and then a bit later, there you go. This is the command that you want. We'll just paste it in. Again, Control-Shift-V, hit enter. There you go. Now you'll notice that this is a bit messed up. Why is this messed up? Because Starship and most prompt uses a shell, nerd font. So you can download it. I'll just get the JetBrains one. That is the most popular one. So you can do TTF dash JetBrains dash mono dash nerd. There you go. If you just do this, you can see it's 222 megabytes. It's a really big text file, and you can also get the normal mono one. It just gives a few more text. Now, what do you do after this? After this, we have installed everything, and I know for a fact this is not the Arch Linux logo. It's, I think, the Mac logo. I will change it in a bit and show you how to change it. So to fix all of this, first step is go here, go to settings. Now, where's the settings menu? I forgot the settings menu. There you go. Oh my God, I don't know what I pressed. There you go. Configure console. There you go. And then in the profile section, I usually like to get a new profile. So I'll just call it Tarzo. And in here, I'll change the bash to ZSH. Now, if you did install ZSH, this will just work. Then after changing these two settings, I just go straight to appearance. And you can see it says Breeze. I just edit this one. Like, I know I can make a new one, but I don't really care that much. As when I do get colors and stuff, you can, like I said, you can get new colors. Like you can get colors, you can make it softer, brighter. I like the Nordic one. I do like the Nordic one a lot. And I think the Dracula one is pretty nice. So there is like a lot that is in here. And installing it is as simple as just hitting install and just installing it. We have to install it from here. Yeah, never mind. I don't have time for this. But for this, I think I can go Nordic. Yeah, there you go. We have Nordic. I can apply it. This is close this. If I click on Nordic and then go to edit first, I need to customize the colors a bit. You can see it's a bit of a softer color combo, and you can change all the colors and stuff, play around with it. But for now, I won't go with that. A background transparency, I like to keep it at 40%. Hit apply and then okay. I can also add images and stuff, but I don't like to use images. Hit okay, and then there you go. And then in here you can see the font. Instead of hack, we will select you just have to restart it first. So if I do apply, hit okay. Now and then just select this and do set as default. And just like I said, give it a bit of time. Let's close this, close window, Control Shift T. There you go. It is, like I said, it's the like Apple logo, and you can see the background is a bit more transparent. And now we just have to fix the font. Let's go here, profiles, this one, edit, and then we can just go to the Nordic again, and then choose this one, choose, and then there you go. We have mono, and I think there is a nerd one. There you go. You can do nerd font as well. And you can get a quick preview of how it looks. So hit OK and then hit apply and then do OK. And as for the font size, I do like to keep it at I think 14 or 16 as it does make things a bit bigger and easier to see. But as for 16, I think it sometimes breaks. So maybe 15. I'll go with 15 and then there you go. Apply. Okay. And you can see it does look pretty nice. Now, like I said, how do I fix this Apple logo? So it's pretty, like I said, pretty straightforward. Now for this, I will use NVim. But the nano thing is easier. Now, if I do NVim and then tilde/.config, and then here if we do starship.toml, so this file right here, get in here, you'll see there is an Apple logo, and this is the whole config file. There's a whole other debate, like you can do a lot in here, but just to change the logo, again, just go to the nerd font cheat sheet. So nerd font cheat sheet, just get in here, and then in here we can actually search for Arch Linux, and you can see this, and I'll just copy this. So click on this to copy the icon, and we can literally just straight up paste it here. That's it. If I do Control X, save it out, so you can, it's the equivalent of doing Control S, Control X in Nano. Now you can see we have the Arch logo in here. And now you can see that I'm typing in terminal. There's no, like, how do I put this? There is no autocomplete and stuff. And to get that, there is a repo that I will show you right now. Is called, what do I search it through? ZSH syntax, autocomplete. There you go. If I just go this, autocomplete, I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. This just kind of compiled all of this to in one place, which is pretty easier. So I'll just install all of this. So copy this, Control V. I'll just copy this. So this mostly works if you have Oh My ZSH. So make sure to get that if you are following along with this, like exactly. I'm just copying this. So copy from normally you do Control C, but to paste it in the terminal, you have to do Control Shift V or Control Shift C, as they do have separate usage. So now after all that is done, if I just clear this out and then we go back to, you know what, yeah, now we go back to the ZSH file. So you can do nvim. Oh my god, if I do nvim, what the fuck? There you go, ZSH rc, and then hit enter. And as like I said, the nvim does give us a bit of syntax highlighting, so it is much easier to go through this. But we're looking for this line right here that says plugin. And in here, I just like to copy the whole thing and just paste it in there. Now, full TLDR is that, not TLDR, no, FYI, there is like a bit of resource involved in this. So if you do feel it sluggish or like getting slow, just remove this and this. So it will still work, but the auto suggestion that it takes a bit more resource. So I just save it. What the heck did I do? So save that, and then now we just source it, and as you can see now, when you type, it just gives us the whole command and stuff. Everything. I think someone did ask how I made my ZSH do all of this. This is basically how you do it, and it gives us a nice syntax highlighting. And the fun thing is, you can actually use your arrow keys to, let's say I want Pac-Man, I can just hit down arrow and just select between them. I don't have to type it. And then as you can see, if I just go down here, you can actually just select it through here. So there you go, S, and we can do YU, hit enter, and there you go. Now there is another one that I would like to try, which is FZF tab. Now I didn't try it before, so you know what, since we are doing this, let's try it out. So completion, there you go. I think this is the one. Do I have to do that? I don't think this is it. This one. I found it. Yeah, I think this is the one. There you go. Oh My ZSH, and we can make, like with Oh My ZSH, it just makes things a lot easier. So I'll just paste it in, and then what we can do is actually install it first. So -s fzf, So if you did see my BSPWM video, you'll know that I absolutely love this. So I'll just show you it. It's a bit nice. So now if I say, let me see. So CD slash. I don't think this is it. So I think this replaces the autocomplete. So I have to kind of kind of replace it. So let me just go to where is it? There you go. And Vim. And then if I go to the end, where is it? In here, I think I'll just move this, move it around a bit. So I think I'll just replace this with FZF dash tab. I think that is what it's called. Let me see. What did they save it as? Yeah, that is, I think, something. So let me just source it. Let's see if this works. So if I do cd slash I don't know how to set it up. I have to figure this out later, but we will do that. But for the basic setup process, yeah. Anyway, I'll just oh, okay. So if I do cd dot slash dot slash I don't know. It's a bit weird. So anyway, I'll figure this out later and I'll tell you guys what it is, how to set this up. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. And this is basically what I usually do in this setup. Like, it's a really basic setup, but some of you do like it. And also a quick bonus tip: I do get my wallpaper from Wallpaper Abyss. So the blue anime wallpaper that some of you did like, so I do go here. I think I can search for anime blue. And I think it does pop up in here. There you go. This is the wallpaper that I usually use for my videos and stuff. So just go here and just set it as wallpaper. Where is it? Oh, yeah, set as wallpaper desktop. There you go. And that's about it for this setup. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like on the video, follow me on my socials. Bye.